He was called the Spider King because no one escaped his web. Louis XI of France didn't rule by love or by fear. He ruled by dependence. He gave his enemies gifts they could never refuse and debts they could never repay. Their power, their families, their very survival, tied to him. This is Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Love fades, loyalty wavers, fear burns out, but dependence endures. If they can live without you, they will. If they can rise without you, they will. But when survival itself flows through you, their freedom becomes your leash. In 1461, Louis XI inherited a France fractured by nobles more powerful than the crown. A weaker king might have fought them. Louis chose something sharper. He offered pensions, offices, marriage alliances, each gift a silken thread. At first, the nobles felt honored, rewarded. But soon they realized these gifts came with invisible chains. Their sons' futures, their armies' pay, their castle's survival, all depended on the king's favor. One by one, the mightiest lords became trapped, and in the web of the Spider King, no one moved without his pull. Dependence was not just a French trick. In 1480, Ludovico Sforza, known as Il Moro, declared himself regent of Milan for his young nephew, Gian Galeazzo, the rightful duke. For 14 years, he ruled in the boy's name, but the power was always his. He controlled the treasury, commanded the armies, and even dictated the boy's education. Foreign ambassadors seeking Milan's favor went through Ludovico. Even the Pope relied on his gold. By 1494, Gian Galeazzo was dead, likely poisoned, and Ludovico cast off the mask of regent. He seized the throne for himself. The lesson was clear. He never asked for loyalty. He engineered need. And when the boy duke was gone, the state itself could not survive without him. Today, dependence wears a different mask. It isn't kings and regents, it's corporations. Consider Apple. With the iPhone came the App Store. With the App Store came Apple Music, iCloud, AirPods, and the Apple Watch. Each device, each service, feeding the next. To leave Apple is to abandon your photos, your apps, your music, your friends' group chats. It is possible, but it is painful. That is not an accident. It is strategy. Dependence is not always chains. Sometimes it's convenience, comfort, and habit. The outcome is the same. You stay because leaving feels impossible. But beware, dependence cuts both ways. Otto von Bismarck made himself indispensable to Kaiser Wilhelm I, running Germany as its architect. But when the new Kaiser took power, dependence looked like domination. Wilhelm II cast Bismarck aside, severing the chain. The trap of dependence. If it feels like bondage, people will break free, or destroy you trying. Power is not built on love. It is not secured by loyalty. It endures only when others need you more than you need them. The web must be invisible. The chain must feel like choice. Learn this, and you will never fear betrayal. Forget it, and your power will vanish the moment they find air elsewhere. If you want more laws, more stories, and more strategies history tried to bury, subscribe to Strivor. The game of power never ends.